Hi, YouTubies. It's me, Zachary Michael. Also, hi, how are you doing? I just know the Twitch folks are gonna be really weird right now. I just know it.
I'm so excited to watch the stream today. Hi, YouTubies.
Volet. I always struggle with your name. I'm so sorry. Volet the Australian Shepherd. Thanks for subscribing with Prime.
Hi, YouTubies. Macquarie Zykel also claims they don't POA.
That is not what I said. P is for Poa Poa. Thanks for the bits. But that's just not true.
Love my cream, wheat.
Stinkies. Stinky cheese, 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 stinky cheese.
I was gonna be like,
love my cream, wheat.
I was gonna be like,
hi, YouTubies. Zach just POA and yelled at us.
y'all are so stupid. I was gonna say, let me write down a timestamp, but it's literally just like the first minute of the video for the stinky cheeses. So I'll see if I can't put a warning somewhere. I don't even know how I would do that, but here we are.
Love my cream, wheat.
Zach told us to not be weird, but when have we been weird?
Every day that y'all show up to my Twitch streams. Thanks for the bits, Sucky Musk. Anyways, can we get to the part where we react like what we came here for? What you came here for? Like, can we do that?
Love my cream, wheat.
Is that a thing we can do?
Hi, you poop says the MZA said he couldn't be friends with us cause we're poor and stinky the Zach 11 sad.
True. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. My pop socket just popped off my phone. That's not true. It's not true. It's just not. Anyways, hi everybody. Today we're reacting to Only in My Dreams, aka Anna. And she posted a video. This is literally posted today. It says 16 minutes ago, but I think when I pulled it up, it was 16 minutes ago. It's been longer now. Oh my god. Even just looking at this headline in the description.
Love my cream, wheat.
Now Zach is asking us to 69 after calling us stinky and poor the Zach 11 angry the Zach 11 angry.
Loaded T-score, I haven't even gotten that far yet. I haven't gotten that far yet because y'all won't let me speak! Anyways, the title of her video is The FBI Said What? Evenings with Anna. Josh entered the chat a long time ago. Josh has been here since I started streaming at 4 p.m. Central Time, okay? Josh has been present, alright? It's a Josh kind of a day, for sure. For sure. Anyways, yeah, the description box, has a lot in it, actually.
Love my cream, wheat.
You toot Zach is yelling at us for using our freedom of speech the Zach 11 sigh.
Right buddy, thanks for the bits. Hot Cheeto Darling, thanks for the bits.
Love my cream, wheat.
I will say,
Josh saw me be born.
I will say, I'm happy to get bits and things like that. We might have to reevaluate things because yesterday I was in like a weird place in general, so that could have been part of it. But yesterday I was really struggling to do the reaction with like the bits going off so often, and I obviously am very grateful and appreciative, but it just gets overwhelming, and it's also getting a little overwhelming right now for me because I'm just trying to do my introduction and like get people ready for the video. And I'm like, oh, I can't focus. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have to like re-envision things so that we can like Still have fun, because I do think your messages are funny and they do make me laugh. I'm just like, I'm just trying to focus. I'm just trying to focus and I can't. I really can't. I'm not mad. Also, just to be clear, not mad at anybody. I'm very grateful for all the contributions and stuff. But yeah, I'm just also being upfront that I am distracted. Not Maya saying some of y'all just be talking to hear yourselves on VOD later, and that's the tea. Maya's calling y'all out. Maya's calling y'all out. So anyways, Anna, only in my dreams, she has this video called The FBI Said What? Evenings with Anna. And the thing she links to, I mean, I haven't watched this video yet, but kind of concerning. FBI says Chinese hackers preparing to attack U.S. infrastructure. Jace Medical, how to build an emergency kit, federal government site. FEMA, emergency supply checklist. Red Cross.
Love my cream of wheat.
Frogs by the Poop, thanks so much for the bits. So anyways, we're gonna watch this. Alright, we're gonna watch these things. Oh, Maya, you don't need to apologize. I thought it was funny. You don't have to apologize at all. If you're ready to watch this video, then put some 69s in the chat. Put the 69s in the chat. Alright. Sound good? Sound good? Also, my nails are getting so long, and I'm really trying to just let them... I'm trying to be okay with them being long. That's unrelated to anything, but this is where my brain's at. I don't know. Part of me is also wondering, ever since my therapist was kind of weird about Poe, and me talking about Poe, which I don't know if I actually talked about this on the YouTube re-upload, but I've kind of been questioning everything. Like, the time that he also told me that, that, like, he didn't think getting an ADHD diagnosis would be worth my time. And I'm like, maybe it would be, though. Like I clearly struggle. And maybe it's not ADHD. Maybe it's something else. But if I could rule out ADHD, then we could get cooking on, like, figuring out what my problem is. And if I did have it, then we could also get cooking on what my problem is. I don't know. Anyways, or the questioning your desire not to drink was weird too. Did he do that? Did I tell you all about that? That's, like, not resonating in my head now. I feel like I vaguely... Anyways, this is all besides the point. This is all besides the point. We should get into this video with Miss Anna over here, okay? We should get into this. So let's get to. I'm going to do my best to focus. All right.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Evenings with Anna. Today we're going to be talking about a specific...
It's clearly sunny. It's clearly not evening. Because, like, why is there sunshine coming through these blinds? Anyways, besides the point.
Specific article that was put out 4 days ago on Reuters, and it says...
Is that how that's pronounced?
Yeah.
I always thought it was Reuters. Is it Reuters? Is it Reuters? Reuters? Oh, are you sure you want to leave YouTube? I guess so. We're taking our chances. We're taking our chances. This is a reputable news site? Question mark? Is it? Do we know? Reuters has taken... Is it not? So it's not Reuters. I don't know. It's still sunny where I'm at, and it's 6:20 p.m. Fair point. It could be evening. Fair point. Fair game. Fair. I'm like, is she gonna read this for me, or should I read it for us before she reads it? Chinese government-linked hackers have we should just listen to what she says, and then we should go fact-check later. Her video's long enough as it is. I think it's pronounced Reuters. In this article, it says this isn't new. Reuters is a legit source. Okay, all right.
It says, FBI Chinese hackers preparing to attack U.S. infrastructure. I will put the link down below. This was 4 days ago. Now,
what is this? What is this phone case?
I will put the link down.
Do you see this phone case she's got going on? Is this supposed to be a cat? Is that a kitty?
Down below. This was 4 days ago. Now, a lot of people have already picked this up, and when I saw it, I thought about talking about it immediately. But then, I decided just to sit back and wait for a moment.
Good.
But let me read a little bit.
That's good to exercise some, judgment. Sit with it. Decide how you feel about it.
Just a little bit to you so you understand what this is about. This is the United States FBI director. On April 18th, Chinese government-linked hackers have burrowed into U.S. critical infrastructure and are waiting for just the right moment to deal a devastating blow.
Is this just Michelle P. again? Is this just Michelle P. coming to hack? How did we get into this hacker arc on this channel? Why do we keep finding the people who are getting hacked or hacking? Are the hackers also groundhogs? That is interesting. Burrowed is an interesting word. I guess I didn't even think about that.
Says the FBI director. An ongoing Chinese hacking campaign known as Volt Typhoon. So the campaign is Volt Typhoon.
Okay.
Has successfully gained access. Listen to that, you guys. They're in.
Girl, I'm not fucking stupid. I heard what you said. I'm not fucking stupid. I hate being talked down to. That shit is so condescending. Listen carefully. They successfully. Girl, we're gay, not stupid. Exactly. They're in.
They have successfully gained access to numerous American companies in telecommunications, energy, water, and other critical sectors, with 23 pipeline operators targeted. All right, then it says further down, China is developing the ability to physically wreak havoc on our critical infrastructure at a time of its choosing. And then it says it's a plan to land low blows against civilian infrastructure to try to induce panic.
Girl, what do you think you're doing on your channel every day? What do you mean inducing panic? First of all, you're kind of sounding panicked right now, but also all you've done is fearmonger since I started watching you. Girly pop. All I've seen you do is try to induce panic on your channel. I'm sorry, I might have missed this, but how do we know this is happening? But we aren't stopping it. She has an article. Fearmongers like her fucking piss me off because they just make people worried. Well, that's what I feel like she's doing! Talk about inciting panic! Breaking news, y'all. Hackers be hacking. Stay safe. Stock up on your prepping beans. Time to grab my maybe meat sauce. It might be 20 ounces of pasta. Exactly.
Now, I'm going to put the link down below in the description box, as well as the first pinned comment, so you guys can find it more easier or easily. So if you want to, get your read on, you can do that.
Is that all?
But I wanted to talk about that just for a little while.
Wait, is that all she's reading of it? Because then we will go read the article. Because if that's all we're getting, I want the full context. So let me make this bigger. Chinese government-linked hackers have burrowed into U.S. critical infrastructure and are...
Love my cream of wheat.
I hate to say this, but it probs true. However, this is completely normal forms of espionage. Guarantee we are in China's system. This is not breaking news.
Savvy French girl. Yeah, I don't necessarily doubt that it is breaking news or not breaking news, or that it's not something that isn't happening. I mostly just want to read the article itself to get the full context and go from there, you know? I ignored everything she said. Hex Heathen, thanks so much for subbing at tier 1. Appreciate it. I ignored everything she said and imagined the groundhog that lives under my shed in a Men in Black type suit with sunglasses. I work in a company that sells gold, and...
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. I just wanted to say that Michael Zachary is the best reactor of all time. Anna says Jesus is coming back.
Is that what she says in this video? Don't spoil it for me. Wolfie and Hex Ethan, thank you both for resubscribing. Appreciate it. Okay, let me just read this. Okay. Chinese government-linked hackers have burrowed into U.S. critical infrastructure and are waiting for just the right moment to deal a devastating blow, FBI Director Christopher Wray said on Thursday. An ongoing Chinese hacking campaign known as Volt Typhoon has successfully gained access to numerous American companies in telecommunications, energy, water, and other critical sectors, with 23 pipeline operators targeted, Wray said in a speech at Vanderbilt University. China is developing the ability to physically wreak havoc on our critical infrastructure at a time of its choosing, Wray said at the 2024 Vanderbilt Summit on Modern Conflict and Emerging Threats. Its plan is to land low blows against civilian infrastructure to try and induce panic. Wray said it was difficult to determine the intent of this cyber pre-positioning, which was aligned with China's broader intent to deter the U.S. from defending Taiwan. China claims democratically governed Taiwan as its own territory and has never renounced the use of force to bring the island under its control. Taiwan strongly objects to China's sovereignty claims and says that only the island's people can decide their future. Earlier this week, a Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson said Volt Typhoon was in fact unrelated to China's government, but is a part of a criminal ransomware group. In a statement, China's embassy in Washington referred back to the MFA spokesperson's comment. Some in the U.S. have been using origin tracing of cyber attacks as a tool to hit and frame China, claiming the U.S. to be the victim while it's the other way around, and politicizing cybersecurity issues. Wray said China's hackers operated a series of botnets, constellations of compromised personal computers and servers around the globe, to conceal their malicious cyber activities. Private sector American technology and cybersecurity companies previously attributed Volt Typhoon to China, including reports by security researchers with Microsoft and Google. Is that it? That's the end of the report? Right, Bunny, thanks for gifting a sub to Smack1229. Appreciate it. How is this so short and so long at the same time? I don't really know what I'm supposed to take from that. Outside of, it sounds like, where didn't she say something about like something about panic or something? What did I don't remember reading that part. Oh, right here. Its plan is to land low blows against civilian infrastructure to try and induce panic. I see. It did say that right there. I'm sure that none of this is gonna induce panic for Miss Anna, only in my dreams. Poe, please. No. Please. I can't deal with another distraction. I can't do this. I can't do this. You gotta go. You gotta go. Bye. Bye. Bye, Stinky. Y'all, I am struggling. I am. I'm struggling so much right now. I kind of I kind of honestly need Noel to go back to not working at home ever. Because now he's dealing with it. It's just like, what was I saying? Oh my god, people are gonna be like, Zach, your reactions are just horrible these days. It's always so peaceful though when Noel is not here. Like, Poe is mostly not triggered ever. Then Noel came home and now he's like, there's panic. I don't know. Let's just go back to whatever she was talking about.
I think that's a really important one when the FBI director is telling you, hey, they're in, honey. And yeah, you guys need to know. Normally, unfortunately, here in the United States, it's not like it's not a thing that the U.S. government likes to do, is to put out like a lot of information, number one, and information that may cause panic, unnecessary panic. But when they release this document, it's a known fact.
Wait, what document are you talking about? This is just a news article. This is not a document. It was a news article about something that this guy said at...
I never thought I'd get my national security news from a woman with a dollhouse behind her.
Savvy French girl, thanks for the 100 bits. Honestly, truly, guys, I think I might turn off the alerts, because it really is distracting me today. I might just turn them all off, because y'all are being perfect. Y'all are doing nothing wrong. It's like my brain literally can't function with them. And I just, I don't want to, disappoint anybody, but I really am struggling. I really am. So I think I'm going to turn them off, but I have to remember how to do that, so give me a second. Because I haven't changed anything with these alerts in a minute. Can I just mute them so that they can still pop up but no sound? I might try to do that. No, I guess I can't do that. This is the content you all signed up for, huh? So this is it. This is it. Y'all came here for this. Alert settings. Okay, we're disabling text to speech for now. And then let's see. That's for bits. Where do I go for the subscriptions? Cuz we'll also do it for that too. Okay, great. Okay, I disabled TTS. It may still do the love my cream of wheat, but that's fine. I can power through that, I think. And if I can't, we'll turn that off too. We'll turn that off too. Or you could ask us to behave. Well, Marsha, I don't know if you missed this earlier. You might have. It's fine if you weren't here. But I did say, hey, could we take a break from sending me bits? I did say that at the beginning of us starting this recording. I really did. I really did. Oh God, I'm honestly having a breakdown now because I feel like I'm really sucking today, and not in a good way, I feel like we've gotten 3 minutes into this and yeah, I'm just struggling.
It's basically telling us, get ready. So
also, I remember what my point was. So she said that there was some kind of document released, okay? She said that there was some kind of document released in this, but there wasn't a document. It was literally just a news article about a speech that a guy from the FBI gave at a college. So it's like not there. I don't know what document she's talking about.
Us, get ready. So if you are a person that needs to get ready, you live from paycheck to paycheck, and you don't even know where to start. Let me give you some help.
And this is crazy too, because literally the article talked about like the goal of the hackers is to induce panic. And what is she doing? What is she doing? She says, oh, you live paycheck to paycheck. You need to start getting ready. You need to start getting ready, is what she's saying. Like, what are you doing to help reduce panic in this situation, bestie? That's what I'm confused about. What is she talking about? I'm lost. Now that the alerts are off, let me give a rundown so far. She shared this article that is about a person from the FBI giving a speech about how there is a Chinese tech something, hacker group that has successfully hacked into various American companies and entities. And because of that, they have their goal is that they're trying to hit the U.S. infrastructure and cause panic in civilians. That's basically it.
Each person in your family needs a gallon of water per day for cooking, cleaning, and washing yourself.
Okay.
That's the recommended. 1 gallon per person a day. Drinking, cleaning, and cooking.
And where exactly am I supposed to store this gallon of water per person in my family? And how many gallons would you say I should get? So like for me and Noel, and then we'll put a half gallon for Poe, because I feel like Poe should be like Poe's gonna need water too. Like where am I supposed to put that? She says filling up a bathtub with water, any plastic storage containers, and Ziploc bags for later use. So she's saying I should just run my bath water and leave water in my bathtub?
Okay. So think about that. Write that down if you need to.
Girl, I ain't writing any of this shit down. Filling up a bathtub with water. Is she gonna explain this stuff on the screen?
And start working towards that. Even if you are just refilling empty jugs that you have thoroughly cleaned and dried from soda pop, 2-liter cans of whatever, not cans, but liters of the plastic sodas, whatever you got that you already, empty gallons of milk, refill them with water. Yeah, clean them out really good. Make sure they're dry. It's going to take some time, but refill them with water, okay?
Am I supposed to just at all times have multiple gallons of water just chilling in my home for whatever this panic you got going on is?
So you can use them. That's going to help you wash clothes or anything else that you may need to do as well. Obviously, we're a family of 6, so I would be trying to harvest water from outside with buckets.
Not the harvesting water from outside with buckets. Girl, you think the end of the world is coming and the water outside that you're harvesting is going to be good to drink? Like, is she just talking about collecting rainwater? And if that's the case, if we could just harvest water from outside, then why do I need to start filling up all these buckets in my bathtub? I don't understand. I don't understand. Is there somebody hacking our water supply? I'm confused. I don't understand.
On our deck to do laundry. No little gallon of water can't wash all of the stuff that we got. But that's step 1. You definitely need to have some water. Step 2, food. You want to have foods that are going to be shelf stable. If they hit our infrastructure, electricity, even if it's just for 1 or 2 days, or for a whole week or 2 weeks or a month, whatever it might be. Your food in your refrigerator is not gonna stay good. It's gonna go bad unless you go outside and cook it quickly on a barbecue, or however, your camping stove, however you have.
Wait, what? She said the power goes out, immediately go outside, do your barbecue. Immediately go outside, cook that food on your barbecue or your campfire. So this isn't a video about the news. It's another reason for her to be the high priestess of prepping. Apparently. Also, somebody asked if we could speed her up. We could put her on 1.25. She is kind of talking a little slow. I could also put captions on. I didn't realize I didn't have those on for her either, if that's helpful.
Your solar oven or your sun oven, whatever you have. So think about that. You want to have some shelf-stable foods to eat. Shelf-stable foods. You could basically open up a can of beans and eat a can of beans straight out of the can. If you want to heat it, you can technically heat it. You don't have to add water to it or anything else, and use any essential water that you might need for other things.
I'm glad that she casually has a dollhouse behind her and a can of beans just ready to go for this chat, for this conversation. Iconic. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Amazing. If there was a real threat and something disastrous happened, why do people like her believe their home would be untouched, and the worst of it is that they'd have to live off the food in their hoard in the land? That is also a great question, right? Like, if we're talking about infrastructure crumbling, what makes her think that the infrastructure of her home is going to be untouched? That's a great question, Wauba. It really is kind of wild. It is kind of wild. And the idea that, like, oh, if something happens, just go outside and cook on a barbecue. What if it's not safe to go outside? I think there's so many things she hasn't thought about. Really, truly.
It's just ready to go. Soups, anything you could think of. Soups, what else? Different cans of protein, chicken, tuna, crackers, peanut butter, nutritional bars, protein bars, granola bars, cereals, things that are dry, cereals, granola, peanuts. You don't have to eat junk. It could be healthy, but you're going to need stuff in between to keep your energy level up, okay? So you're going to need some calories.
In between what? In between what? You're going to need something in between what to keep your energy up?
So think about that. And just think about the foods that you enjoy eating that are maybe shelf stable, that you can, gravitate towards and grab them to eat. They do have lots of little kits to prepare the kits with the crackers and meals and what have you, pre-packaged. They'll be there when you need it.
Also, this is kind of similar to yesterday, and honestly, I'm so sorry if people don't like prepper content, because you really have gotten a lot of it lately. It's just the niche part of YouTube that I'm really interested in right now. But I don't find this, maybe the stuff about water is helpful, I guess. I don't know that I necessarily would have thought about needing to fill up gallons and gallons of water. I guess I never thought about that, so maybe that's helpful. If I was already thinking about prepping, I don't think it would be helpful information for somebody to be like, yeah, go get some cans of beans and make sure you got them on hand. Unless I'm just like a dumbass with no common sense. Like, I think if I was actually interested in being a prepper, that is one of the first places my mind would go to, I like the prepper pantries, but the political stuff stresses me out. Yeah, I mean, to some extent, I'm somewhat grateful that she only talked about whatever was happening with the FBI for like the first 3 minutes of this video. From a not American person and really far away, I don't know how do you all put up with these people. I respect opinions, but misinformation and fear-mongering doesn't help anyone. Well, I mean, I don't run around with people like Anna in my day-to-day life. I don't know that I know personally a person who's prepping like Anna. I don't know that I don't know that they're super common necessarily in America. I think they're a niche community.
And so forth and so on, okay? The next thing you might want to think about. lighting. How are you going to
candles
get around in the dark if it's dark? You know?
True. I mean,
if the lights are out, you're going to need some flashlights.
I mean, I said this yesterday too, but like, I think people who aren't preppers generally have like an emergency kit in the event that power goes out. I think generally people have like candles, flashlights, etc. in the event of stuff happening like that. Yeah? like I don't, is that weird? I don't know. Also, people used to literally not have electricity. Like, a good chunk of time in history was people living without electricity. It's not the end of the world, but here we are.
Maybe some candles, only use them while you're awake. Some people like to use their solar
No
lights from
shit.
outside. They bring them from outside and they bring them in and use them indoors.
Oh, wait. I need to see what she has on here. She says, LED lights and oil lanterns with cotton wick work too. Oh, thank you so much. It's so helpful.
Really good way to utilize solar. You take them back out, recharge them, and bring it back in at night. And they'll turn on as you walk past in the hallway or something, or any kind of movement.
Okay.
And anything else that you can think of as far as a form of light that can get you by. Okay.
Thank you. So helpful.
The next thing you want to think of, if you're in a neighborhood that's a little sketchy, it could be, it could be that kind of situation for you.
No, I don't understand. Could you elaborate, Anna? What do you mean by that kind of a situation? What do you mean by a sketchy neighborhood? Tell me more. Can I turn her up? Yes. I sure can. Yep. Can do. Can do. This guy says the horse can do.
At the Dollar Tree, I've shared this before. I've done a review of their alarms. That they're portable, and you could just put it on your doors and put it on your windows. And if the electricity goes out, it doesn't matter. It's run by its own round cell batteries that are replaceable. And as soon as the door opens, that alarm will go off, and the sound is very piercing, very piercing. A window opens, very piercing. You can also put anything that has bells on your doors. You can leave pots and pans in front of a door. If it opens, somebody's going to slam into the pots and pans.
Listen, what? We need to get whole ass alarm systems ready to go for if the end of the world comes. Is that what she's suggesting? She said go to the Dollar Tree and get some Dollar Tree alarms for the end of the world. The zombies that come to take over your house will care. It'll give you a heads up that the zombies are coming. Let's hope in this apocalypse that we have access to endless batteries. Well, that's also the case, is like, how long are these batteries gonna last you, baby girl? You know? Like, that is maybe my overall question, is how do I know when I've got enough? When my hoard is big enough? When my pantry is big enough? How do I know that? How do I know that? Outside of just like frantically fear-mongering me into just getting as much as I can, like what is ideal? Because realistically, if there is some kind of like catastrophic event, how are we gonna know how long it will last? We won't, realistically, right?
Do different things to alert yourself of different parts of the house if you fall asleep. If you
wait, also she puts all this text on and the captions cover it up. Animal and human deterrent pieces of wood with long nails sticking up laid across areas of concern. What in the fucking booby trap is she doing? Northern Lion's Hair, thanks so much for subscribing with Prime. Appreciate it. That sounds wild. Can you imagine, especially in a home with kids, right? In a home with kids, just having like planks of wood with nails sticking up out of it. Like, that is so extreme. That's so extreme.
You don't have somebody that can stand by to make sure everything is okay. If you have 3 levels like we do, you want to make sure you have everything covered, so at least you could be alert when somebody's trying to get in, and then you can react to it. Okay, so they do have those at the Dollar Tree. If I can find my review for it, I'll try to put it up here in the eye in the sky. You guys can go check it out at the end, and
good.
Maybe I'll put it up in the eye in the sky and the eye with the circle. Then it'll drop down there near the comment section.
Only in my dreams try not to get tetanus challenge, parentheses, impossible.
I did that several years ago, but they do have them available still at the Dollar Tree. Okay.
All right.
This is just things to think about. It's just
reality. She said eye in the sky. What she means is this guy right here. This little eye circle. It's like where the if I put in a suggested video, you can go up and click on this and it'll pull you down to the video she suggested down here. That's all she meant by eye in the sky. I don't know why she called it that. It does seem a little weird, but I guess because it has the letter I on it. And it's up here at the top of her video. I don't know. I don't know. It does kind of make, if you're just listening to her talk about the crazy prepper stuff and you miss something, it kind of makes you think that she's talking about some omnipotent being in the sky.
Situation. People that have generators, that's going to be good. They're going to last you just for a little while you still have gas. If the infrastructure has been compromised and there's no electricity, then you're not going to be able to refill it. That's the whole thing. And people sometimes will get desperate, and you can hear a generator going. So if it can't be locked down with some chains or something, it may not be there the next morning. Just be aware of that.
This is the fear-mongering I'm talking about. And this is, again, my problem with a lot of the preppers that we watch. It's just that their instinct, because they're so individualistic, right, that their mindset is that once we get into whatever the end of times are, there's no way that anybody is going to be working together. There's no way that anybody is going to, share resources, like be in community, etc. And the only idea is I have to 100% fend for myself because people are going to be coming for me. That's why she's setting up alarms in her home, setting up wooden planks with nails in them. And now she's talking about people potentially stealing her generator, because in her mind, the only way to exist in a post-apocalyptic world is that we're all going to come for each other. It's just wild. It's a wild concept to me. Like, it's crazy. Why did I think it said Kink Master in the corner? It's KineMaster. It's like a software for editing videos or something, I think. I don't know why. Yeah. That's all it is.
When times get rough, people get a little ruthless. Just saying. Make sure you have your medications. Make sure you're up to date on your medications. There is a company called Jace Medical, Jase, Jace Medical, where you can get medications, and it's done through a doctor, and it's a program that's available right now. So something to think about. Go and check it out. Do your due diligence and investigate it, read into it. A lot of people in the prepping community have utilized Jace.
Like what does she mean by get hoards of your medication? We're hoarding medicine? I'm confused. Is that what she's suggesting? Also, medicines do expire. Also, how extremely selfish is that when we know living in America, a ton of medicines are, sparse. A lot of medications are hard to get. And you're talking about coming over here and, hoarding them? Fascinating. And selfish. Dare I say it's selfish?
Some major preppers.
I just looked it up and it's to hoard antibiotics. Crazy. There's no way an actual doctor would give out medicine without seeing the patient first. That is why you have to go every so often to the doctor to refill. Yeah, I have a lot of questions, honestly, truly. She does link it down below. I remember that's one of the things that she had linked. YouTube is so serious about going to random sites from YouTube links. Personal medication supply. The right meds the moment you need them. Be prepared today. The leading authority in emergency preparedness medications. 12-month extended... This is free ebook. How to build an inexpensive 72-hour kit. Oh, this place is for people like Anna, clearly. 12-month extended supply of your current daily prescription needs. Get out of here. 28 medications such as ivermectin. Isn't that the horse tranquilizer? Wait, can y'all see that? Is that showing up for you? Let me make it bigger. Wait, why won't it let me make this site bigger? Okay, it will not let me... You know how I can normally zoom in? It won't let me zoom in. But this says 28 medications such as ivermectin, antibiotics, anti-malaria meds, EpiPens, and more. Oh, see, ivermectin is fully... Right? Ivermectin is fully the like horse tranquilizer stuff that is for COVID. Or, well, it's not for COVID, but that like... MAGA folks say is for COVID. It's a dewormer. It's a horse antibiotic. An anti-parasite for horses. Okay, so not a tranquilizer. I don't know where I got the word tranquilizer from. But that is crazy. Emergency life-saving medications. Travelers' diarrhea. Bladder and kidney infections. Pneumonia. Bioterror. Wound infections. Why is bioterror just simply so unlike these other things? like bioterror having nothing to do with these other things. I don't know. I guess I just have a oh my god, this really is fear-mongering. This is more fear-mongering. Are you prepared if you found yourself cut off from modern medical care and treatment? Supply chain issues, factory shutdowns, extreme weather, extended duration drought. This is literally fear-mongering. Oh my gosh. Endorsed by Ben Shapiro. This guy from Duck Dynasty. Well, there you go. Dan Bungino is a nut too. I'm not familiar with him. Endorsed by people who aren't doctors. Yeah, that's the vibe I was getting. Just like so wild. So wild. Duck Dynasty is my go-to for medical endorsements. You know, I was questioning it, but then I saw that Phil from Duck Dynasty said it was good. So I'm convinced now. You got me. You got me, gal. You absolutely do.
Do talk about it, including Alaska prepper, Canadian prepper, etc., etc.
What about Alabama prepper?
What else should you want to think about? Keeping warm or keeping cool? I
also love that Anna was so quick to be like, I'm a proud Democrat that voted for Joseph Biden and Obama, and is like out here endorsing things that have been endorsed by people who are like very clearly not Democrats. Huh? Oh yeah, if you didn't know, that was an email she sent me once upon a time. I read it on the stream. She told me that she was a proud Democrat who voted for Joe Biden. Let me not misquote her. I'll get the specific quote. Give me a second. boop, boop, boop. Maybe. Maybe not. Anna? Only in my dreams. All right. Now let me get to it. Clarity time. That's what she said. Clarity time. Please know that I'm a Democrat, voted for Obama, and now Biden. Free Palestine. No, not a conspiracy theorist. Each time you bring up the lasers, I have to laugh because that video is clearly centered around TikTok videos and what content creator were sharing on the event. I'm reading her grammar mistakes, not mine. Not us TikTokers. My daughter is a part of the LGBTQ2 community and atheist as well. So, there you go. That's a quote from an email from her. She's not a conspiracy theorist, though, so no worries. No worries. We're just out here doomsday prepping. It's fine. Does now Biden mean she didn't vote for him last time? I don't know. I'm not going to read into that. She's a proud Democrat. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
If you're in an area that your electricity goes off, is compromised, then, you know, you might want to think about putting plastic over your windows.
Sure.
Some people can put the packaging. It's like, you know, the packaging you get like when it comes in an Amazon package and it's like a bubble wrap. They say if you put that up against a window, that helps to insulate it as well. So you could put like the bubble wrap and you could put the plastic as well. There's different things that you can do to get around things to secure your home, so it's going to be a little bit more comfortable, cutting off all the drafts, not closing off all the
She's got all this text on the stream. All this text on the stream. I was not looking at. Keeping warm, layering clothing, and moving will generate heat. Okay. Staying in one room, covering floors, windows, and doorways may help. Okay, great. Where's this one? Creating a tent over a dining room table with blankets and flooring may help to hold heat if several people are together. We're making a blanket fort. That's what we're doing. Okay, work. I've done that. I can do that.
All the vents to the rooms that you're not utilizing, shutting the doors, rolling up towels or old sweaters or whatever you're not using to block off any drafts or what have you.
Rolling up towels and sweatshirts to block the doors. If you ever lived in a dorm and tried to smoke pot and keep the pot from going out into the hallway to try not to get in trouble, it never works, by the way. I can just tell you that from running a residence hall and so many students getting caught smoking pot in their room when they did that. Then you'd be good at this. If you've ever done that, you'll survive. You'll survive the apocalypse.
Right now is a really good time to start doing that and keeping on top of possibly your laundry, your cleaning, what have you, things that utilize electricity. Just stay on top of things if you can. So if and when, hopefully nothing will ever happen, but if and when, since the FBI has come out to tell us, and you know what's going on across the pond, so there's a very high likelihood that, we will be affected by it, especially now since the 2 new packages have gone out for money to aid in those events that are going on over there. So
can you just use your words? Like, is she talking about Palestine? Is that what she's talking about? I think white people like her have to be on high alert with all these hypothetical dangers instead of acknowledging their privilege and safety in comparison to POC, because it's they're out from having to actually use that privilege and safety to uplift and amplify those in danger right now. It's also their way of never having to deal with the reality that it's their and their ancestors' fault. Yeah, I mean, she's blaming aid for Ukraine. That I'm not super familiar with what aid packages or whatever came out. But Woma, yeah, I think that's true. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some people of color who are in the prepper community, but we've widely seen it coming from like privileged white people. I mean, we literally were watching old Mima from Alabama Prepper talking about how she was worried about the state of the world because she only owned one car. You know, there's plenty of people in the country that don't even have that. Isn't Anna Puerto Rican? I mean, I think so. I think also though it's clear. I mean, I'm not out here to police like who is what and what their identity is. I think Anna, at the very least, has a lot of privilege in the way that she looks, and that I think she comes across as very white to most people. I guess I'll say that. and or behaves that way as well, but you know, you feel me? You get what I'm saying? You know, so I wouldn't I guess that's like an important part of the conversation. I do think like for her that is part of the conversation. You know, you feel me? You got me?
Yeah. So
Marsha, you can say over and 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 over again in the chat that her husband is black. I'm not talking about her husband right now. I'm talking about her, and or her proximity to black people doesn't change like her behavior and her actions. Okay, all right, like. Things you read. Well, I do have to tell you, Marsha, I do often reply to a lot of the things you say, but I don't reply to everything that everybody in the chat says. So if I don't reply to something after the first couple of times, I think it's okay that I didn't get to your message. I'm not going to be able to get to every single person's message. There's a lot of people in the chat right now. Her being married to a black person doesn't have anything to do with this. Yeah, because that's not what the conversation was about. The conversation wasn't about if she's married to a black person or not, you know? That's not what the conversation was about at all.
About that. We're just going to talk about things too. What you need to do when you're home. Some other things that you might want to consider is lining everything up, having everything in one place, knowing that your candles are here, including your lighters, your matches. Get lighters, get matches, things that can light up, things that you can go outside and cook in. Just, not just a barbecue. You can set up some cylinder block and then put the grate over it. Put your pot out there, but you're going to need something to light it. Make sure you have enough things to light things so you can do what you need to do. Okay. Just consider that. You might want to get maybe some tarps. They have tarps at the Dollar Tree. I've shared this before, and they work really well. They would be a great one to use if a window gets broken by mistake or a crazy weather or somebody throws a rock or whatever. It's good to have one of those or several of those just in case something happens. And also if you need to leave. And
not farts are flammable. Crazy Pollo Loco. Get out of here. Get out of here.
It's raining or it's snowing, and you could set up the tarp in between trees. Your family can sit under it until you can continue to move about. Some people often ask me, would you hunker in or would you bug out? When people say bug out, that means you have your bug out bag, your backpack, with just a few essentials to get you from point A to point B. Normally you have a point A or a point B that you know that you can go see a friend, family member maybe you've already talked to. Yeah. Talk to your friends and family and say, if anything crazy ever happens, maybe we should all meet at so-and-so's house or do this or do that so we can all make sure that we're okay. A larger group of people, people will probably...
Okay, this says, have a plan with family and friends. You can combine resources. See, that's what I'm talking about. You want to talk about community. Love that. Love coming together as a community to support one another. I do love that. My question is, will she even do any of this, or is she just creating panic for her thrill or IDK what she gains out of this? I think I don't know what I don't know if she really believes all of this or not. I have to think that she at least a little bit believes in all of this, I have to believe that she is invested in this to some extent. I also feel like it might have been something that like started out as like a small thing, and because like her life consists of just posting hauls on YouTube, it kind of like spiraled out of control for her and has now become like part of her identity, you know?
Will not approach you as much as a single person or a smaller group of people. Just things.
Wait, what was that?
So we can all make sure that we're okay. A larger group of people, people probably will not approach you as much as a single person or a smaller group of people. Just things to consider.
So her point of getting together with a group of people is just so that other people won't fuck with you? So that's still an individualistic idea then. That's really still individualistic because she's like, my plan is to get with the people that I care about, because if I'm in a larger group of people, it's less likely that individuals will come up to me and like try to like get my hoard, get my stash, get my resources. So that's still a very individualistic. It's community for her community, but she's not interested in helping people outside of her community. My aunt is in a huge prepper group that is geared towards Black women exclusively because the idea is that they are most likely to help each other. I'm sad that she feels that way, but it probably took a lot for her to feel that way. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the thing is like, I don't think that people are necessarily like bad people for prepping. I think that prepping, like the prepping community have been, I think it comes from like a fear, like probably something that started out as a rational fear and maybe has turned irrational. I think that it's due to, for a lot of people, at some point having a lack of resources, a lack of just like being able to take care of yourself. So it's like an idea of wanting to invigorate that. It's also unmanaged anxiety, probably, for sure. There's probably a lot of that as a part of it too. I mean, there's probably lots of things that factor into it. I don't necessarily think that it's all bad. And I really do also think that, like, a lot of these things, like I pointed out, would probably be helpful. It's probably always helpful to have flashlights and stuff for emergencies. Like, I remember growing up, like, our car had an emergency supply kit in it if we ever got, like, stuck on the side of the road. Our house always had, like, emergency supplies in terms of, like, flashlights and candles and all of that stuff that she's talked about. So I think all of it's fine. I think it's when it becomes, like, extreme hoarding of resources, when the conversation is, like, you've got to protect yourself, you can't rely on anybody else. Like, I don't want to live in a world where I'm competing with other people for resources. That's not the goal for me. Like, that's what I already currently live in. We already live in a world where we're competing for resources in some ways. And I do my best to, like, be in community with my friends and people around me so that that's not the case. But, like, I would honestly truly like to, if the end of the world is coming and I somehow make it through it, then, like, let's rebuild and let's not have that. Like, that's my feelings about it.
Do you have a plan A or plan B? If you don't, it's okay. Not everybody's going to have one. I'm not going to bug out. I'm not. I can bug out if I need to, but it would be very difficult for me because of my health condition. So I would be hunkering down here in our home, and anything that you have as a form of self-defense as well, anything you have, it would be good to have something.
Oh, great. We're hoarding weapons.
From, I gotta be careful with what I say here. Anything from the chitty chitty bang bang, or if you need to go the route that you don't want to do that, you can buy, if you didn't know, a lot of people use this method besides bear spray and things like that shoot out really far. You could buy lots of cans of wasp spray if you find them on sale. and you can have them on standby. And if somebody ever approaches your home or approaches you, or if you're sleeping, you can keep a can of it next to your bed, and you could just aim, and it's going to shoot right at their face. And this poison is going to hit them, okay? And it's going to go 10, 15 feet. So you don't have to wait till somebody's right up on you, like with a taser, because I do have a taser, but they have to be like right up on you for that.
This is wacky tobacco. This is wacky tobacco. She's saying get a ton of wasp spray and just plan on using it as a weapon. Wacky fucking tobacco. Crazy.
But with that spray, it'll shoot out pretty far, and it'll stop them for a little while, at least for you to get yourself together and maybe get out and get away from the situation, whatever it might be. Just something to think about. But besides those things, I mean, there's a lot more things we need to consider, but I think those are the top priority ones. And making sure that you have enough food to eat that's not refrigerated, freezer, that is shelf stable.
Yeah, but how do I know how much is enough, Anna? Tell me how much. That's my whole problem with all of this, is also like, I don't know how much is enough. How long do you think this is gonna last?
Making sure that you have that is going to be very important. I know a lot of people are on very strict diets and they can't consume a lot of processed foods, but there are some canned foods that are not highly processed. They're not. And you can get them from certain stores. And you know where they're at, because if you're on that kind of diet, you know what you can have and what you can't have, and you looked into it, okay?
Then why are you talking about it? Then why are you talking about it? She's so annoying to me. This is all so annoying. I'm guessing you just never stop hoarding until something happens. True. I guess that's the way you do it. Can you bring carnivore during the apocalypse? Like, can you be on the carnivore diet? It might be hard. You'd probably just have to eat canned sardines, like old Darlene did for a while.
Just things to consider. If you do have a fireplace, try to utilize that for not only heat, but for cooking. Make sure you have enough wood. That's going to be a great help to your family. If you have a wood stove, again, some of them you can cook on, some of them you can't.
Yeah, I think
depends on the kind that you have.
I think, honestly, truly, if you're on the carnivore diet, then you just gotta go out there with your wasp spray, and you just have to take down some animals and kill them yourself, eat them yourself, kill them with the wasp spray.
But that's going to help to keep your family warm. If you have what's it called, a heat buddy, they always push those, the heat buddies. We have a form of a heat buddy, and we do have lots of propane here as a backup in case we need to use that, and we will just utilize it when needed, and also enough propane to cook with our camping stoves and what have you. But we don't have a fireplace. We have a gas fireplace. We don't have like one that we can utilize to even cook or anything like that. So we don't have wood per se. So everybody's going to be a little different. Every situation is going to be a little different.
True.
Okay.
True.
But you just adjust and accommodate according to what you can do.
Arteme said, imagine the power goes out for 2 minutes and the electric company sends someone out and Anna just nails them with wasp spray. Well, that's if they make it past her planks of wood with nails in it. That's only if they make it past the planks of wood with nails, bestie.
And remember, don't be scared. Just be prepared. Don't panic.
Girl,
what do you can.
What do you think this is supposed to do to people? Like you're out here telling people they need to have weapons. They need to start hoarding weapons like wasp spray. They need to build planks of wood with nails. They need to have all of these things. But don't panic, y'all. Don't panic. Don't panic.
A little. And if you're struggling, and if you're a family that's living from paycheck to paycheck, you have 2 or 3 jobs, you still can't make ends meet. There are programs out there by your state, okay? You can get food supplements, and you can go to the churches, and you can go to the food pantries and get the help that you need. Set your pride aside.
Well, also, those places don't exist to help people hoard food. Like, that's not what those places exist for. Those places exist just to help those people get food, period. I'm confused. What or are you saying, like, instead of spending your money on food, spend it on stuff to prep and get in your prepper pantry and then go to food pantries and take their food? I don't understand what the point of bringing all that up is. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's not what those places exist for. I mean, I think certainly, like, if people need those resources, use them. Like, however you see fit. They do exist to give food to people who need food. So, like, if you need it, definitely do it. But I'm so confused about the concept of, like, use it to start prepping. I feel like if people can't afford food, they're not, like, at a place to, like, save the food they get from a food pantry for their prepper pantry, you know? I don't know. Does that make sense where I'm coming from? I guess that's why I'm confused. Hi, Shy 1607.
And take care of your family. There's no shame. There's no shame in getting the help when you need it. Okay? Just think about that. And for those of you that think about other things, like me, I have kids. So I
truly don't mind if people are getting food in general for whatever the reason from like food pantries. I used to literally run one on the college campus I worked on, and people had concerns all the time that, like, people who, like, didn't truly need the food were going there to get it. And I'm like, what if they're going to get food, then they need food, like, point blank, period. Like, I don't know how you define who or what needs it, but I guess I'm just, like, a little confused by the concept of, like, utilizing a food pantry as a prepper resource, because I don't think that's necessarily the intended goal. But here we are. here we are.
Things so that will entertain them, keep them busy.
Right. Also, Lil Birdie, I think that is also my point. Is, like, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, there isn't a matter of saving. Like, that's the whole entire point of the issue, is that, like, you're spending all of your paycheck on what you absolutely have to spend it on in order to survive. So I guess that's also the confusion to me of this idea. Yeah.
Me, I have kids. So I think about things so that will entertain them, keep them busy. If I have to keep them inside the house, if for whatever reason there's, like, martial law or something crazy, and they're like, stay in your house, you know. I have books, I have games, I have cards. They have some toys, because we just donated a whole bunch of toys. But I have plenty of crafty goodness here that they can do and work with.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
So there's plenty of things to keep them busy,
sure
se, if you have children. Also, right now, since it's about to be the 4th of July, it's a great time to pick up those light sticks. They sell them absolutely everywhere, including the Dollar Tree. Those are really great to have if the lights go out and they're at night, and you let them have a little glow stick. You know, it'll hold them over. So if you want to invest in some glow sticks, set them to the side so you'll have them when you need them for your kiddos. You know, think outside the box. So
I'm glad that this all trickles down to, like, hoarding activities for your kids too. Like, I guess whatever, some aspect of me thinks that she does some of this just to, like, justify her purchases, because if you don't know, a lot of her content is actually, like, Dollar Tree hauls and hauls from, I can't remember if she hates Temu or Shein. One of those she hates, and the other one she still gets stuff from all the time. Like, she's constantly hauling items and things, and so I feel like to some extent her prepping stuff is just, like, an excuse for her to buy shit. Like, that's kind of what a lot of it feels like to me, to be honest.
It's not so scary. It's a little bit more, oh, can I get my glow stick now? You know, you make it into something a little bit, you know, less, you know, of what the situation might be. So also have small bills, if you can, on hand, small bills, because if you have to walk to a store and the machines aren't working and they're like cash only and you're not going to get change back. You want to have small bills. You want to use different pockets to hold your ones, your fives, your tens, or 20. And
it's the end of the world and we're concerned about the money. Like, I don't know. What worries me about this, and it makes people feel like they need to be on high alert, and with that, their actions aren't going to be thought through. They're not creating a safer world when they're geared up with weapons for defense and waiting for danger at every corner, if that makes sense. Absolutely. Makes a ton of sense, Woma. Makes a ton of sense. Society's gonna collapse. Every other person is an enemy, but we need money to go to the store. I mean, to some extent, I do feel like she's also talking about, and again, this is where to some extent I can understand the like logic and reasoning, because I think to some extent she is talking about a wide range of emergencies that could happen, right? Like a wide range of them. Not necessarily, you know, I don't think every situation that she's prepping for is like an end of the world apocalypse situation type of deal. I think in this case it could just be like a natural disaster comes through and takes out power. Then yeah, if you go to the store, they're not going to be able to like take your credit card because that machine is probably going to be down. I don't know. But I also am like, in those situations, like, the stores are also probably going to be decimated. So I don't know. I don't know that will be super helpful advice either, you know? Imagine it being the end of the world and your boss still wants you to come to work. Oh, I know. Well, it wasn't the end of the world, but let's talk about the pandemic. Let's talk about COVID. I remember at the start of that, when they still wanted me to come in person, but they told all my students that they didn't have to come in person, but they wanted the staff on campus. And I was thinking, girl, literally we could all die tomorrow, and you want me to come into work? You want me to physically show up to work for this? So, I mean, honestly, that's capitalism, baby. That's capitalism for you.
And, you know, and just be aware of of everything around you. And if you can not go by yourself, don't go anywhere by yourself. Go with a buddy or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people and go as a group. If you can, you know, group up with your neighbors, with your family, with your friends, whoever is close by.
See, that's
safety. You know?
That's the fear-mongering part of this, because that's the part that I'm like, again, this is a spectrum, because if it was a natural disaster, that's not necessarily like, we've had natural disasters and that's not what happens. Like, you don't have to be worried about going places by yourself. But I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe I missed something.
Safeties and groups. And think about those type of things too. Okay? So definitely have some cash, small bills, just in case you need to make those cash purchases. I know friends here shared how when they were hit with a hurricane, it was cash only. Water that's normally $2.50, $4 for a case went up to like 50, 60, 70, some places up to $100 for a case of water. And it was cash only. Okay. So think about those type of situations. And if you can, you know, just start preparing little by little right now. Just get enough for, you know, set a goal, your own personal goal in your mind, whatever your goal is, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3, 4, 5 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months worth. I mean, whatever your goal is. You can work on it little by little, but definitely work on it. Okay. So don't be scared. Just be prepared. And it's step by step. So I hope you enjoyed this evening's with Anna. I know it was a little different. I've been trying not to get too much into prepping, but when I read that, I kind of sat back on it for a little while, but I was like, yeah, I think maybe I want to address it. I hope you guys get some.
You should have sat back on that for longer. You should have sat back on that for much longer. Yeah.
Thing out of it. And I'll talk to you guys again. Bye.
Yeah, the fear mongering. It's not. Also, look at this Chapel Roan recommendations. I'm utterly like obsessed with Chapel Roan. It's not a problem at all, actually, but it is a new recent thing in my life. Wow. And see, then this is. This is the nonsense that's in her comments, by the way. It's time to close our borders. Now, what in Anna's video had anything to do with our borders, you know? Like, what the fuck is your problem? Carol Mooney, who said anything about our borders in Anna's video? They didn't. She didn't. She was talking about Chinese hackers. Who, by the way, if the hacking is happening, they don't have to come physically to the United States to do that. You crazy? And then here's more fear-mongering. This person said, I mean, Anna's fear-mongering, right? This person isn't necessarily fear-mongering, but she says, I don't know what I would do. I live alone and 70 years old. But I do have my Lucy. That will help. But I've been stocking up here and there. I have my dog. Everyone take care. Everyone take care. And God bless all. Like, you're literally fear-mongering to a 70-year-old person who lives alone with their dog. Getting them worked up. We can thank TikTok for getting this ball rolling. This is the same FBI that said it was not a threat. Nothing to see here, folks. Bless your heart for always looking out for others. Now, Stephanie, how is she looking out for others when she's talking about literally booby trapping her house so other people can't come get access to her resources? Tell me that. Tell me more about that. Great video. Sure, I guess. How do you know it's not fake? And then she just links to all of her resources multiple times. All right. Well, I'm glad Anna's ready. YouTubies, Twitch, both. Thanks so much for being patient with the alerts thing. I have been honestly thinking about switching some stuff up in general, just because, I mean, outside of like my own like being able to focus, I think that it would be helpful for like people who are just joining us for the first time on YouTube to not be confused and stuff, but I also still want to like honor the traditions of the Twitch stream. So I'll spend some time thinking about that. You're certainly welcome to give suggestions and stuff like that. I can't promise I'll take them all, but if you have thoughts or ideas, I would be interested in hearing those. This is solicited advice. So feel free to let me know what your thoughts are about it. But today I truly was struggling, so I appreciate your patience with me just like turning off the alerts and stuff for right now, because I was never going to be able to get through that video otherwise. I was never going to be able to do it otherwise. So thank you. Appreciate it. YouTubies, that's all I got. Somebody in the chat did ask why there's no Thursday stream. It's because I'm traveling. I'll be on an airplane, so won't be able to stream on Thursday, so my apologies. Next week we should have a full stream. But that also means don't expect a re-upload on Friday. What I'll probably try to do is I will probably try to still get the re-upload of Wednesday's stream up, but we'll be doing our best. Anyways, bye YouTubies! Subscribe!